fourth Thursday of the month, but it's the 23rd this year.
So pretty early.
It's ramping up. Let's take a look outside, and we're staying very chilly, very calm this morning. Not much wind, no heat to speak of as we're looking at those chilly conditions. Let's take a look at those currents. Even cooler, Ellensburg 17, 19 in Yakima, mid to upper 20s for the rest of our areas. Bundle up as you're heading out the door, but we do have warmer conditions on the way, and we're actually going to be above freezing for our overnight lows for most of our cities starting Wednesday late night into Thursday. So warmer temperatures on the way. Now, the price we're paying for these cool temperatures is plenty of sunshine. It's going to be another gorgeous day. Light winds, highs in the mid to upper 40s across the board. So just like we saw over the weekend, beautiful, beautiful conditions. But we are going to be seeing more cloud coverage. It's going to start tomorrow night for your Halloween evening, which is actually good news. It'll keep things a bit warmer for the trick-or-treaters. But it's staying chilly for today, warming up this week, especially by the time we get to our weekend, and wetness is on the way, probably starting Wednesday late night. I'll get you ready for all of that, my first alert weather forecast, but for right now, I'm going to send it back to Riley.
Thank you, Jason. We begin with a video of a crash on State Route 240 in Kennewick last night, where a vehicle appears to have flipped over onto its side in the median near the Edison exit. Officers and first responders arrived on the scene around 11 last night. We've yet to hear from law enforcement on details of the crash, and we'll update you once we know more. A man was arrested Saturday after he allegedly tried to burn down a family member's home in Kennewick. According to the Kennewick Fire Department, fire crews were called to the 1900 block of South Zinsser Street just after 12:30 p.m. Saturday for reports of a house fire. KFD says the fire was contained to a mattress inside a room of the house and was out within 6 minutes of fire crews arriving. Fire investigators said evidence indicated the fire had been set on purpose, and 42-year-old Charles Krinkovic was arrested about half an hour later on suspicion of arson, 2 counts of assault, resisting arrest, obstruction, and disorderly conduct. The Pasco Police Department has released photos of a primary suspect in a hit-and-run crash that hurt a bicyclist Friday night. According to Pasco PD, investigators said the man was with a younger passenger in a white 4-door Dodge Dakota pickup. Authorities say on Friday a man on a bike was hit by the person driving a vehicle described as such. Witnesses reported the driver of the pickup hit the man on the bicycle, then drove off going south on 20th Avenue. The two were last seen at Albertsons on North 20th Avenue in Pasco. Pasco PD encourages anyone who recognizes the man or the pickup in the photo to come forward and identify him. An Oregon man has been identified after a fatal car crash in Benton County. The crash happened around 7:30 Friday morning. Authorities say 27-year-old Austin Babcock of Newberg, Oregon was driving westbound on I-182 about 1 mile west of Richland when he went off the road near the east exit ramp of I-82 and rolled down the embankment. Authorities say Babcock died at the scene. The cause of the crash is under investigation. A Yakima man was arrested late Friday night after a shooting at his home. 31-year-old Carson Casey was arrested on suspicion of first-degree manslaughter involving domestic violence. According to Yakima PD, officers were called to a home in the 1300 block of South 11th Avenue after reports of a shooting. When officers arrived at the scene, they found a 32-year-old woman with a gunshot wound. She later died at the scene. Authorities say Casey and another man were at the home at the time of the shooting. Casey was later identified as the victim's boyfriend, and after interviews at the scene, Casey was arrested. Authorities say one man is hurt after a shooting Friday night in Hermiston. Deputies with the Umatilla County Sheriff's Office were called to the area of West Hensel Road and Northwest Gear Road around 6:15 p.m. Friday after reports of multiple gunshots fired that were expected to have come from a vehicle. When deputies got to the scene, they said they found one man who had been shot more than once. The investigation is active at this time, and if anyone has any information about the shooting, they are asked to call the 24-hour dispatch center at 541-966-3651. Governor Jay Inslee was in Yakima County Friday visiting solar-powered homes of agricultural workers and the Yakima Valley Local Crime Lab that launched in Zillah earlier this year. Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell shares progress being made at the lab and what Inslee had to say about funding.
The Yakima Valley Local Crime Lab has been open a little under 3 months, but it's been getting a lot of attention.
Different counties throughout the state of Washington have reached out to us and said, hey, I like what you're doing. How are you doing it? How did you get started?
It's even gained the attention of Governor Jay Inslee, who visited Friday.
It's very impressive. This is the only place I'm aware of in the state of Washington where this is done, where the local communities, local police agencies have come together. It's great to see that teamwork.
Their goal, to quickly process evidence to get timely investigative leads that law enforcement can act on before it's too late. For firearms,
We've had about 107 entries into NIDA and generated 69 leads, which would give us 64% lead production rate, which is phenomenal. Typically throughout the nation, it's between 20 and 25.
They're also able to process cell phones and soon DNA with a rapid DNA machine.
I have the quote in. We hope to purchase it before the beginning of the year.
They say they have enough money through ARPA funds and contributions from every city in the county except Yakima to be able to sustain the lab. But they are looking to expand, and in order to do that, they're going to need more funding, possibly through grants or other means. But when I asked Governor Jay Inslee if the state was planning to invest any of its funds into the efforts here locally, this is what he had to say.
Not right now. There has not been a request from the state, and it seems to be working. They've had a very high level of hit rates, like 60%. They found some hits, which is very, very high. So it's proven, I think, its mettle very early in the process.
Yakima Valley Local Crime Lab officials say they're working closely with the state crime labs and are hoping to be able to expand their operation soon. In Yakima County, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Crime Lab officials say right now they're measuring success by the amount of leads they're able to generate, but as soon as early next year, the data might be able to show them how many of those leads are resulting in arrests. The massive backlog of sexual assault kits in Washington has been cleared. The state's attorney general saying all 10,000 kits have been tested or are in the process of being tested.
Now, survivor stories are being heard. A broken system has been reformed. The culture has been changed. Testing times have improved, and crimes are being solved.
The Attorney General going to say at least 20 people have been convicted as a direct result of these kits being tested. One sexual assault survivor who helped pass legislation to help clear the backlog had a message for other survivors.
What happened to you was not your fault. That this backlog was not your fault. You were not uncooperative. You were working in a system that was not designed for you.
Washington State Patrol says because of new technology and support, this backlog should never happen again. A travel alert, WashDOT has announced a couple of temporary closures of I-90 in the Cascades due to rock blasting. Those closures begin tomorrow, Halloween at 5:30, and Wednesday, November 1st at 5:30 as well. Both directions of I-90 near Easton will close, and the work is weather dependent. Jason Valentine returns now with a look at your morning weather forecast.
Slowly waking up on this Monday morning. Hope you're able to wake up, and a nice weekend. We're going to see more sunshine, but chilly temperatures, especially this morning. I'll get you ready for your Halloween coming up in my First Alert weather forecast.
Plus, the entertainment world is mourning the loss of one of the stars of one of the most popular television shows, as Matthew Perry has passed away. We remember the Friends star coming up.
Another fatal crash on
Alyssa Warner. She graduated from Walla Walla University, worked her first TV news job in Spokane, and brings the news home to you each night on Apple Valley News Now.
It's just one way Apple Valley News Now is on your side.
She's local and on your side.
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they had a mode to help us actually connect? Introducing Us Mode, a mode that makes our phones less distracting, so we can focus on quality time. So the notifications we get are the ones that matter. So we're never distracted from what's most important. Visit US Cellular in-store or online to set up Us Mode for free, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, built for us.
Prosser Memorial Health orthopedic surgeon Dr. Jeffrey B. Higgs is now seeing patients at Prosser Orthopedic Center, providing sports medicine and orthopedic care. His services include arthroscopic surgery, sports injuries treatment, shoulder instability, rotator cuff and replacement surgery, knee reconstruction, and more. To schedule an appointment with Dr. Higgs, call Prosser Orthopedic Center at 509-786-5599 or learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
At Affordable Dentures and Implants, we believe in the healing power of a new smile, the way it makes you look and feel, the way a smile lights up a room, so people can see the best version of you, which is why we make new smiles affordable for everyone, so you don't need to wait another day to get your smile back. Scan the QR code to learn more, or visit affordabledentures.com.
Go ahead and smile.
The next generation of streaming is here. Introducing the new Xumo Stream Box from Spectrum. Now, you can watch your favorites, including live TV, on-demand movies and shows, and the most popular apps, all in one place. Find what you want, faster and easier than ever, with our advanced search feature. It's streaming simplified. Get the new Xumo Stream Box free for 12 months when you add Spectrum TV. Visit spectrum.com/Xumo or a Spectrum store today.
Saturday on Apple Valley News Now, a primetime showdown as the Washington Huskies battle USC live from Los Angeles. The Huskies, the Trojans, Saturday starting at 4:30 on Apple Valley News Now. Portions of Apple Valley News Now sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Welcome back on this Monday morning. Well, now to the death investigation of Matthew Perry, the Friends star found unresponsive at his home Saturday. The actor spoke publicly about his struggles with addiction. Now investigators are taking additional steps to uncover a cause of death.
No, I feel horrible, okay? It says here that a Muppet got whacked on Sesame Street last night. Where exactly were you around 10-ish?
This morning, new questions about Matthew Perry's final hours after the Friends star was found dead at his Los Angeles home. Investigators say Perry was discovered Saturday afternoon unconscious in his hot tub, but by the time police arrived, it was too late to save him.
Requesting 2 additional units and a supervisor respond to Bluesdale Drive.
Officers immediately put up a white tent to shield the scene from paparazzi as helicopters swarmed overhead. According to TMZ, Perry, who posted this photo from his jacuzzi last week, had been in good spirits earlier in the day and had played pickleball for 2 hours at a nearby club. The LA County Medical Examiner finished their autopsy Sunday, finding no obvious signs of trauma and no evidence of foul play. But the report did not reveal a cause of death, pending a toxicology report, which could take weeks.
You're gonna leave me like this?
Perry, best known for his role as Chandler on Friends.
Okay, but if you don't come back soon, there's pretty much nothing I can do about it.
Openly struggled with addiction throughout his career, revealing in an interview with Diane Sawyer how severe his drug use was.
55 Vicodin a day, which is where I was.
55?
Yeah.
Despite years of rehabs and relapses, Perry hoped his struggles would help other recovering addicts.
If they've gone through anything close to what I went through, I can come in. There's a light that comes on in people's eyes when they get it.
Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Well, actor Jonathan Majors' latest movie has been pulled from Disney's release calendar ahead of his assault trial later next month. The movie Magazine Dreams was originally set for release on December 8th, but on Friday, Disney indicated the film no longer has a release date. This year, Majors was charged with assault and aggravated harassment from a March 25th incident involving his former girlfriend, Grace Jabari. Majors' trial is expected to begin on November 29th. The actor, through his attorney, denies the allegations. Well, members of Gen Z apparently want to see less romance on the screen. That's according to a new UCLA study. According to the study, members of Gen Z feel romance has been overused in films and TV shows. They would prefer to see platonic friendships portrayed. According to a 16-year-old study participant, romance depictions, quote, can give people false ideas of what they should be wanting at that age, end quote. According to the study, Gen Z would rather see wholesome entertainment with positive character relationships. Coming up, Washington police are searching for a fatal DUI crash suspect who they believe may have fled to her native China. And I'll return with your first alert weather forecast. That is next on Good Morning Northwest.
With K2 Vision RLE, you can throw away your distance and reading glasses. Plus, you'll never develop a cataract. Schedule a free Zoom consultation with us today. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers.
Ooh, the DQ Cheeseburger Lovers deal is back. 2 single cheeseburgers for only $5, or 2 double cheeseburgers for just $7? For real? Oh, tell me it's as good as it looks. Deal this good speaks for itself, I guess. But you better get it before it's gone. DQ, happy tastes good.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With the power of up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and the confidence of an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado for you. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups, or get $3,500 total cash allowance on this Silverado with a Turbo Max engine. See your community Chevy dealers.
Bruno! Bruno! Pup on the run? No problem. With 5 drive modes, Rogue makes this a walk in the park.
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now get a low $389 per month lease on Rogue, or get 0% APR financing for 36 months on the Rogue Platinum.
GMA this week. Wake up with Jennifer Garner cooking things up. The best deals and steals on Oprah's favorite things, New Kids on the Block, Sheryl Crow, and some mad, scary fun Halloween surprises. Halloween morning on GMA.
As our new Volunteers Count winners, Valerie and Steve Burnett, STCU is awarding you a $1,000 donation.
It says what we do is valued by other people.
Valerie and Steve have been directing the Royal Family Kids Camp.
Everybody volunteers, and we don't charge the state or the families.
It costs us over $100,000 to put on camp every year. Seeing these kids smile is pretty terrific.
STCU Volunteers Count honors volunteers in our communities. Please tell us a story of someone you believe is making an impact.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Monday morning, everyone. Hope you had a wonderful weekend and a nice morning so far. Very calm out there so far this morning. It is downright chilly as well. Let's take a look at those temperatures. And if you're in Ellensburg or Yakima, you're in the upper teens. Yes, the teens. We're a little bit warmer or less cool the more east we go. And we do expect to see warmer conditions overnight. Not overnight tonight, but then overnight Halloween, and then especially overnight Wednesday into Thursday. We're going to see those warmer conditions. So cooler air is finally moving over into the east. It's going to take a little bit, but all of this cool air that's been coming in from the north is finally starting to move off to the east and up into Canada, especially by the time we get to tomorrow. We're definitely going to start to see warmer temperatures for your highs by the time we get to our weekend or just before it. So warmer temperatures, I promise, are on the way. Still, we're going to be just below our average for this time of year. This is for the Tri-Cities. 59 is our average, and we're still well below it, around 10 degrees for the next few days. By Friday, we'll be right around our average. Still, though, chilly conditions on the way. So on our radar, we are free and clear. It is absolutely clear. And watch this futurecast as we move on into today. Unhampered sunshine throughout, and then overnight as well. But as we get into tomorrow, we're going to start to see those cloud coverage coming in for your Halloween night, and then we're going to see some shower activity very late on Wednesday start to roll in, and we do expect shower activity really from Wednesday night, Thursday, Friday into our weekend. So get ready for a little bit of the wet stuff. Luckily, it will be in the form of rain and not snow, as we are warming up even overnight. Wind speeds, we are looking very light, and we're going to continue to be light for the next couple of days. We'll see it increase for the weekend around 10 miles per hour or so. So a little bit of breezy conditions on the way, but really nothing to be too concerned about. Let's take a look at that Halloween forecast. This is for 7 o'clock tomorrow, and mostly cloudy skies and currents around 40 degrees. So bundle the kids up and yourself up if you're heading out trick-or-treating, but luckily it is going to be staying dry. So here's our highs today, and almost across the board, it's either 48 or 47, so depending on where you're at, but still really on par with what we saw over the weekend and last Friday. So our 7-day forecast for Yakima, we're slowly warming as we get to our weekend. Again, Halloween dry and 49, and we don't forget to fall back an hour. You get an extra hour this weekend to sleep in as we move into some shower activity, but those warmer conditions Wednesday into Thursday finally above that freezing level overnight. In the Tri-Cities area, upper 40s through Thursday, mid to lower 50s starting on Friday. Overnight lows, they get back to above the freezing mark Wednesday to Thursday, and then Thursday night into Friday, we get back to the 40s. So warmer conditions are on the way. For today, clear skies this morning. Please bundle up as you're heading out the door, but plenty of sunshine, highs in the upper 40s, light winds. Should be a beautiful but chilly day ahead.
Police here in Washington State are trying to find a driver they say was responsible for a deadly crash nearly a month ago in Bellevue, about 10 miles east of Seattle. Investigators have received information the driver left the country and is now in China. Julie Calhoun has details.
Signs of a deadly crash in Bellevue remain nearly a month later. But Bellevue police say the woman charged fled across the globe to her native China. Police and prosecutors doing everything they can to move the case forward.
I'm certain that prosecutors won't forget about this individual case, and Bellevue police won't either.
Court documents show early morning September 30th, 26-year-old Ting Ye was driving Yabao Lu in her Porsche going more than 90 miles per hour when she crashed near SR 520. First responders report smelling alcohol on her breath. Liu died on scene. Yeah, was hurt and taken to Harborview Medical Center.
Well, for prosecutors, the details don't change. We believe that there's the evidence to prove this case beyond a reasonable doubt, and regardless of where a defendant may be, that doesn't change.
Bellevue police say Ye was discharged from the hospital on October 6th. The hospital did not notify police, but notes they're not required to. Police say someone then helped her cross over the Canadian border, where she got on a plane to China. The person who helped her could face consequences. A few days after she got out of the hospital, King County prosecutors charged her with vehicular homicide and a bail set at $2 million.
There was an arraignment in mid-October, and she didn't show up. And so at that point, prosecutors had the option to ask the court for a warrant, which we did right away. And so now there's an active warrant in the case.
There is no U.S. extradition treaty with China. But the nationwide warrant means if she tries to come back in the U.S., it will be flagged.
When there's a defendant with a warrant, speaking generally, this is not something that expires with time or that is just forgotten about. This is something that will stick.
Hong Kong officials have dropped charges against a U.S. politician who brought a weapon into the city's airport. Washington State Senator Stephen Jeff Wilson was acquitted of possession of arms without a license on Monday. Wilson turned himself into customs on October 21st after discovering the unloaded gun in his briefcase mid-flight from San Francisco. The Republican says he's taking full responsibility for what he calls, quote, an honest mistake. The charges were dropped after Wilson promised to be on good behavior for 2 years. The senator's passport was returned, but the gun wasn't. Wilson is traveling with his wife on a 5-week Southeast Asia vacation. When we return on Good Morning Northwest, the United Auto Workers strike could be wrapping up as the union reaches another tentative deal with one of the big 3 automakers.
If something's missing in your morning without a McDonald's breakfast, then try a new bagel sandwich. With fluffy egg, melty cheese, and your choice of a steak patty with grilled onion or bacon or sausage, well, those will fill the void deliciously. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. You like to keep your beard perfectly groomed, but she hates all that mess. Now there's VacuTrim by Bell & Howell, the total body shaver that trims your hair and vacuums it up. VacuTrim stainless steel blades give you a precision cut, while the built-in vacuum captures the hair shavings. It has 20 trim settings to shape your beard and tame body hair with no mess. Get VacuTrim with free shipping for only $39.95.
Call 1-800-521-6673. That's 1-800-521-6673 or go to vacutrim.com.
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest membership-only savings book at Bi-Mart.com. It's 16 pages of store-wide savings, including a 65-inch Element 4K TV for just $329.99. Save $20 on an Emerson microwave. Plus, save on holiday family favorites. Kraft Stovetop Stuffing is 2 for $6, and Ocean Spray Cranberry Sauce is 2 for $3. The savings continue at Bi-Mart, your Northwest employee-owned membership store.
Affordable? Yeah, we got that. Stylish? Got that covered too. Quality? You can bet on it. And during the Veterans Day sale at Furniture Row, you'll find huge savings on sofas and sectionals, dining groups, bedrooms and kids' beds, and mattresses. Plus, decorating your home just got easier with 4 years, no interest. And to salute our armed forces, all veterans and active duty military get a special in-store offer. Shop the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed. The Veterans Day sale, on now at Furniture Row.
Saturday on Apple Valley News Now. A primetime showdown as the Washington Huskies battle USC live from Los Angeles. The Huskies, the Trojans, Saturday starting at 4:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
What happened? Why are we so small?
Next live, Giselle Bryant from The Real Housewives. And Tuesday, it's Live's Halloween show.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
I think they like each other.
I'm Charles. Lunch?
Vanessa, I like lunch.
Give in to deliciousness. Buy one craveable classic and get another one for $1. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Welcome back on this Monday morning. Well, Stellantis has reached a tentative agreement with the United Auto Workers Union. That's according to a source familiar with the negotiations. The tentative deal will need to be presented and signed off by union leadership before it is announced. It will also need to be ratified by a vote of rank-and-file UAW members before it can take effect. The details of the tentative deal are unknown at this time. The news of the tentative agreement with Stellantis comes days after the UAW reached a tentative deal with Ford. It also comes nearly a week after the UAW expanded the strike to Stellantis' largest and most profitable factory in Michigan. When it comes to General Motors, the source says that negotiations are close to a tentative agreement with that automaker. The UAW and GM have declined to comment on their negotiations. Coming up, gun violence continues to wreak havoc in the United States as several Halloween parties across the nation were under fire. That's next on Good Morning Northwest.
Affordable? Yeah, we got that. Stylish? Got that covered too. Quality? You can bet on it. And during the Veterans Day sale at Furniture Row, you'll find sale prices throughout the store. Plus, 4 years, no interest. The Veterans Day sale, on now at Furniture Row.
Nutcracker Magical Christmas Ballet returns to Yakima. The Christmas tradition your family will treasure forever. Experience dazzling performances from the international cast, enchanting costumes, and whimsical giant puppets. Get tickets at nutcracker.com.
Cut your ties to the fuel pump with an electric vehicle from Overturf Kia, your EV headquarters. You'll find a great selection of new vehicles in stock now. Save over $5,500 on a new 2023 all-electric EV6 Wind with all-wheel drive. Now just $48,999. Or get 2.49% interest for up to 72 months. Take delivery today or reserve a car that's on its way. Shop online anytime at overturfkia.com. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
With K2 Vision RLE, you can throw away your distance and reading glasses. Plus, you'll never develop a cataract. Schedule a free Zoom consultation with us today. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers.
I'm Buzz the Bee from the Painting Bees. I'm a local bee. I started painting houses, and here I am. So what do? We're a local painting company. We paint exterior, we do interior painting, and cabinetry as well. And we're here to take care of everybody, even the DIYers. And so why shouldn't you do this by yourself? because of our combined 15 years of experience painting homes in the Tri-Cities area. So if you're interested in a free estimate, visit our website or call us at 509-591-8160.
I was 34, I was a business owner, I was a single mom with a 4-year-old, and I felt a lump in the shower. I have cancer, it doesn't have me, I'm gonna get rid of it, you know, and then I'm gonna go on with my life. I was gonna do anything that it took. I did, and here I am, almost 10 years later. I had a little boy, he needs his mom.
Monster Night is upon us.
It's Halloween on Dancing with the Stars.
I'm gonna have a nightmare.
I don't like you. I love you.
Watch and vote live. That was your best dance. These ghouls know how to party.
Monster Night on Dancing with the Stars, live Tuesday at 8/7 Central on ABC and Disney+.
Don't put up with rotten sleep during the Veterans Day sale at Denver Mattress. Save $100 on the Aspen lineup, or take $50 off any Easy Choice, plus 4 years no interest and free shipping. Kick that rotten sleep to the curb, only at Denver Mattress.
Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
Halloween celebrations had a violent start in some communities across the country this weekend after shots were fired at several Halloween parties across the country. And the body of the man believed to have shot and killed 18 people in a bowling alley in Maine has been found, while police continue to piece together a motive.
And we stay chilly and clear with warmer temperatures and rain on the way this week. I'll get you prepared. My first alert weather forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
I'm Jason Valentine. Welcome to Monday. It's 6:30 on Monday.
Early.
October 30th. We got Halloween tomorrow. You're in the Halloween fall spirit going on with your dress. How was your weekend?
Weekend was great. I keep having these lazy weekends repeatedly, so working on getting that in check, but we're figuring it out.
All right. Well, you work hard all week, so I don't blame you. All right, quick look outside, and we are looking at a very calm morning, and it is going to be very chilly, so bundle up as you're heading out the door. And we're going to be seeing the warmer temperatures on the way, but not just yet. Look at those temperatures in Ellensburg and Yakima, upper teens. We're right in those, well, we're actually a little bit warmer the more east we go. So we are seeing similar temperatures overnight tonight into tomorrow morning, but by Wednesday late night, we are going to be seeing those warmer temperatures above freezing. So that is definitely good news. Highs today in the upper 40s as we are pretty much on par with where we have been. We're going to be around 10 degrees below our average, but what we've seen pretty much all this weekend. Ample sunshine is expected today with light winds, so a beautiful start to your week. We are going to see more shower activity on the way as we get to the latter part of our week. We are looking at warmer temperatures, though. That's good. We would rather have that instead of, well, early snow. I know some of you, though, would love to see some snow start to hit, and we are staying chilly. I'll get you ready for that and your Halloween coming tomorrow. Can you believe it? That's my first alert weather forecast. That's coming up, but right now we're going to send it back to Riley.
Thank you, Jason. Gunfire erupted over the weekend, spoiling Halloween celebrations in a number of cities. Things turned deadly in Tampa, and more than a dozen people were shot at a party in Chicago. Here's ABC's Rhiannon Alley.
This morning, Halloween celebrations are getting off to a violent start in communities across the country. Shots rang out in Tampa, Florida on Saturday. At least 2 people killed and more than a dozen wounded during the shooting.
In this fight between 2 groups, we had hundreds of innocent people involved.
Marissa Riker's 20-year-old sister was visiting from Missouri, suffering a gunshot wound to the leg and requiring emergency surgery.
I've always been like my sister's keeper. That's how a big sister's supposed to be, and I can't be that right now for her.
In Indianapolis, 10 people shot and 1 woman killed at a Halloween party.
Unfortunately, somebody took it upon themselves to inflict injury and pain on members of our community, and it's not acceptable.
Meanwhile, at least 15 shot at a Halloween party in Chicago. 2 critically injured. Between Friday and Sunday, at least 11 people were killed and 76 others injured in 12 mass shootings across the country. Most of the shootings taking place in the early morning hours as large Halloween celebrations were wrapping up. Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
Police in Maine were reportedly alerted to threats made by U.S. Army reservist Robert Card weeks before he carried out the mass shooting that left more than a dozen dead. According to CNN, the Maine National Guard asked local police to check Card last month after a soldier became concerned he would snap and commit a mass shooting. Officers tried to make contact with Card but were not successful. A law enforcement source says a missing persons report was generated at the time, but the case appears to have been closed on October 1st, 24 days before the massacres. Card shot up a bowling alley and bar last Wednesday, killing 18 people. He was later found dead after a 2-day search. Officials say that Card left behind a note to his family but wouldn't describe it as an explicit suicide note.
It's a note to a loved one and is saying that this is the passcode for my phone, this is the bank account numbers, and I wouldn't describe it as a explicit suicide note, but the tone and tenor was that the individual was not going to be around and wanted to make sure that this loved one had access to his phone and whatever was in his phone.
Investigators believe Card bought the gun used to carry out the attack in July legally just before spending 14 days at a psychiatric hospital. Jason Valentine returns now with a look at your morning weather forecast.
Folks, it is chilly this morning. You're going to want to bundle up as you head out on this Monday morning, but changes are on the way this week. I'll get you prepared for your Halloween night as well. That's coming right up.
Plus, one of the most recognizable names in rap music is cashing in again on one of his most popular lyrics by getting into the pasta sauce business. Details on the way.
The best way to end your day.
That is good TV.
Friends, tonight at 11:05.
I'm Dr. Rachel Fedino, CEO of New You Women's Clinic and Aesthetics. And here at New You, we want to provide a unique experience for our patients. I wanted to provide a place where patients can come and they can feel heard and listened to and really in control of their healthcare decisions.
Coming here has been life-changing for me with the incredible help of the staff, who I feel like have become my friends. And the program itself, it's encouraging, supporting. I've seen great results, and I don't feel like I have to yo-yo anymore.
New You Women's Clinic and Aesthetics is the Tri-Cities premier medical spa and wellness destination, offering exceptional care tailored to the patient's needs. New You is honored to have won Best Awards for Medical Facility, Cosmetic Surgery, and Women's Clinic. Experience the difference at New You Women's Clinic and Aesthetics. Book your appointment today to discover the new you.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
The Stars honor their most memorable year.
I'm never gonna not.
You found your wing and you've taken flight.
Plus, a touching tribute to Len Goodman.
I'm never gonna.
Dancing with the Stars live Tuesday on ABC and Disney+.
In 2014, Benton County voters passed an initiative to fund law and justice efforts. For the past 10 years, these funds have kept our citizens safe.
I always knew I wanted to be a police officer. In high school, the Boys and Girls Club opened that door of opportunity for me. I became one of the very first cadets with the Kennewick Police Department as a result of the public safety sales tax. We are asking people to approve the renewal of Proposition 1.
Vote to approve Proposition 1.
The Palouse. There's no place like it on earth.
I'm a fifth generation farm boy. We've been doing this since 1875.
It's harvest time on Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
What happened? Why are we so small?
Next live, Giselle Bryant
from The Real Housewives. And Tuesday, it's Live's Halloween show.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Saturday on Apple Valley News Now, a primetime showdown as the Washington Huskies battle USC live from Los Angeles. The Huskies, the Trojans, Saturday starting at 4:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
Well, get ready to lose yourself in some sauce. Rapper Eminem has just launched a line of pasta sauce named, well, what else than Mom's Spaghetti.
So it's a line from his 2002 hit song, Lose Yourself. In 2017, Eminem also opened a restaurant with the same name in Detroit. You can order the sauce on momsspaghetti.com.
I feel like this was just coming. You know what I mean? It was, I don't know why it didn't happen a lot sooner.
Sure, it is a little, it's like the Ted Lasso Barbie dolls we had. 2 years too late. But
this one,
Eminem,
21.
though, he is beloved in Detroit. So I think he can do whatever he wants. I'm sure it'll be a big success.
Do you think you'd try it?
I'll try anything. But
I think I would.
But the pasta has to be gluten-free, unfortunately.
Exactly. For me as well.
Yes. All right, quick look outside, everybody. We have a wild week ahead with warmer temperatures, shower activity, and Halloween. I'll get you ready for all of that coming up.
And coming up, we have another installment of the Superintendent Sit Down, where I got the chance to chat with Yakima's Trevor Green. That's next on Good Morning Northwest.
STCU and Apple Valley News Now honor local volunteers by sharing their stories and donating $1,000 to their favorite charities. To nominate someone who's making a difference in Benton and Franklin counties, just click on Volunteers Count at applevalleynewsnow.com.
With K2 Vision RLE, you can throw away your distance and reading glasses. Plus, you'll never develop a cataract. Schedule a free Zoom consultation with us today. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers.
Honey, that was my brother. Can we bring him dinner tomorrow? He's been having a hard time since his accident.
Of course. I know it's been tough. There's so many costs that his insurance doesn't even cover.
I know. The ramp to his front door, transportation, meal preparation. What if something happens to one of us?
We should plan to sit down soon. We can look through the long-term care benefits that we're earning with WA Cares.
Find out how the WA Cares Fund can help.
Bruno! Bruno!
Pup on the run? No problem. With 5 drive modes, Rogue makes this a walk in the park.
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now get a low $389 per month lease on Rogue or get 0% APR financing for 36 months on the Rogue Platinum.
Stan, where's Alice? She's supposed to stay with us.
Oh, shoot. Where could she?
Hey, everybody. I'm Alice. I'm new here. The new zipline ride looks so fun. You go back and forth. Awesome.
And we've lost control of the Alice situation.
Triple Play has fun for everyone, including the brand new zipline ride. And it's all attached to a cozy hotel.
I mean, she's a natural spokosaur who isn't tempted to eat anyone. You know, because she's an herbivore.
'Tis the season for a holiday shopping tradition. Custer's 28th annual Christmas Arts and Crafts Show this weekend at the Hapo Center in Pasco. Join us as 150 artisans from across the Northwest display and sell their fine art, handcrafts, and specialty foods. The variety and quality of work make this a must-see event. Single-day admission only $8. Tickets on sale now at custershows.com. Get creative with your holiday shopping at Custer's Christmas Arts and Crafts Show this weekend at the Hapo Center in Pasco.
At Bruce Heating & Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating & Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now, through December 31st, receive rebates up to $1,400 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating & Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Monday morning, everyone. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. Nice morning so far. Very calm this morning. We don't see nary any light, and I promise it is clear skies. So you're going to be seeing some stars as you're heading out the door, but we should be seeing first light here very soon. So temperatures right now, 17 in Ellensburg, 19 in Yakima. We're a little bit warmer the more or less cool the more east we go, but expect similar conditions tonight overnight. But then we're going to slowly start to warm up back to above the freezing level, at least for most of our cities, starting Wednesday late night and definitely as we get to Thursday late night. So that cool air is finally moving off into the east and starting to get into the northern part of Canada as well. And this is what we've been dealing with over the weekend and this morning is just air just pumping in from the north. That's finally moving out, and we'll be seeing warmer temperatures still below our average, but we'll be seeing warmer temperatures on the way by the time we get to Friday and into our weekend. So it looks like we'll be in the 50s. Overnight lows are going to definitely start to increase back to the 40s for some of our areas by the weekend. So radar, we are free and clear right now. Let's take a look. It's amazing looking at the Futurecast. I thought it might be broken. It is so clear as we head into our overnight period, but then clouds start to roll in as we get to Halloween afternoon, and we'll see quite a bit of cloud coverage for your Halloween night, but we are staying dry. Again, maybe a bit or piece, just a little bit of shower activity, but most likely not. And it'll be definitely later than the trick-or-treating time. But then we see shower activity coming in from the west as we get to Wednesday night, and that will persist into Thursday and off and on showers for your weekend. So wind speeds, we are free and light. It is going to be a pretty calm day today. Plenty of sunshine, light winds. Those light winds will continue. They'll pick up a bit for Thursday and into our weekend around 10 miles per hour, so a bit breezy like we saw over the weekend, maybe just a little bit more of a push for your Sunday. Here's our Halloween forecast. This is for 7 p.m. tomorrow night, so you'll be in the 40s. That is good news. Mostly cloudy skies, a little bit of clouds to hold in the warmth of the day. So bundle up, though, and bundle the kids up as they head out trick or treating. So highs today, it's either 48 or 47, depending on where you're at. I don't think I've ever seen this closely grouped together temperatures. My goodness, 48 or 47, pretty much for all of our cities. 7-day forecast, upper 40s through Thursday. Again, we see some shower activity coming starting Wednesday night into Thursday. And don't forget, we fall back an extra hour for your weekend. So maybe a little bit of sleeping in on your Sunday morning. Overnight lows above the freezing level Wednesday night and just steadily getting warmer. In the lovely Tri-Cities area, upper 40s through Thursday, mid to lower 50s as we get to our weekend. And again, looking to stay dry with Kitty and the Jack-o'-lantern for Halloween. For today, ample sunshine, light winds, a beautiful but chilly Monday is on the way.
We are starting our week with the Superintendent Sit Down, asking what the most important things are to school districts and what problems education systems are facing. In this edition of the Superintendent Sit Down, today we hear from Yakima School District Superintendent Trevor Green.
What are some of the goals for the 2023 to 2024 school district for Yakima School District?
All of our goals are centered around our strategic plan. So we spent significant time with our community, over 300 members coming together, politicians, student voice, parents, community members, business leaders, faith-based leaders. And that was in 19 and 20 to design a 6-year strategic plan. So all of our goals center around making sure that we are becoming proficient in the 5 areas, the 5 goals that we have. They center around everything from early learning, preparation and entry into our district, because we know that's an indicator of success later on, to graduation rate, to academic achievement, to bilingual education, to attendance. So our goals really center around those 5 different audacious goals that are encompassed in what we call our school compass.
What are some of the challenges that the school district is facing in achieving these goals?
Well, I think when you talk about education and achieving any goals, the beautiful thing about working in a school district is that it relates to the actual community. So it's influenced by the community, the surrounding area, the partnerships that are in place. So when you're talking about challenges, and let's just take one for example, attendance. We have an attendance goal of 95% for our students. We know that if they are not in school, then it's very difficult, if not impossible, to make sure that they're reaching the level of achievement that they could otherwise. So to engage both our community and our parents and all types of leaders across the system to make sure that we have the supports in place so that students can come to school. It's not as simple as somebody saying, talk to the parents, talk to the kid, find out what that motivational piece is, because there is this baggage that sometimes comes with the lives of our students. So we're in an area where we have 93% of our students live in poverty, and we've recognized that across our system we have issues in Yakima with domestic violence. So people might say, oh, the predominant issue in Yakima when you're talking about police action would be gang-related activities. That's not the case. What we found in working with our police department, and credit to the Yakima Police Department in identifying that domestic violence is an issue that permeates not only our society, but then results in students becoming a part of the gang culture. So if we want to disrupt the gang culture, it goes back to making sure that we're addressing domestic violence. So you can imagine if you're a student, a second grade, first grade, or kinder student, whatever grade, and you have a police action take place at your home that evening or the evening prior, you wake up in the morning after being up maybe most of the night and having that adrenaline going in your system and recognizing that your life is maybe not the life that every other student may have, or you might think of that in the moment. It becomes very easy not to go to school the next day and to let that become an excuse. And what we do is we work in partnership with our police department to identify, for example, when students have something that takes place at their home that requires a police action.
And this is just a piece of my long conversation with Superintendent Green. Later on this morning, you can find the extended version on our website or on our YouTube channel, Apple Valley News Now. We'll be back with the superintendent sit down in the spring as we ask if school districts met those goals that they were reaching for. And we'll be right back with the morning sprint and a final check on your forecast. But first, a look at what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, miracle rescue at sea.
At first, I just thought it was a bunch of debris.
An incredible rescue. A man spotted adrift after 2 weeks. And this morning, the two hero fishermen who rescued the missing mariner speaking out. Ryan Plains and his Uncle John were on a fishing trip when they recognized a raft in the middle of the ocean. The U.S. Coast Guard says October 12th, two men set out for a fishing trip from Westport, Washington on this 43-foot boat named Evening for what was supposed to be a 3-day trip.
He said they took a bad wave and the boat flipped on its side.
They were expected to return 3 days later, but the stranded seaman wasn't found for 14 days.
There you go, buddy.
And we'll have much more of this rescue at sea coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Janae Norman, ABC News, New York.
I told myself I was okay with my moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis symptoms.
With my psoriatic arthritis symptoms. But just okay isn't okay.
And I was done settling.
If you still have symptoms after a TNF blocker like Humira or Enbrel, Rinvoq is different and may help. Rinvoq is a once-daily pill that can dramatically relieve RA and PSA symptoms, including fatigue for some. It can stop joint damage, and in PSA, can leave skin clear or almost clear.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Done settling?
Ask your rheumatologist for Rinvoq.
And take back what's yours.
Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time right now is 6:52. We're going to get to your first alert forecast in a moment, but we begin with a look at this morning's top stories. We begin with a video of a crash on State Route 240 in Kennewick last night, where a vehicle appears to have flipped over onto its side in the median near the Edison exit. Officers and first responders arrived on the scene around 11 last night. We have yet to hear from law enforcement on the details of the crash, and we'll update you once we know more. A man was arrested Saturday after he allegedly tried to burn down a family member's home in Kennewick. According to the Kennewick Fire Department, fire crews were called to the 1900 block of South Zinser Street just after 12:30 p.m. Saturday for reports of a house fire. Fire investigators said evidence indicated the house had been set on purpose, and 42-year-old Charles Krinkovic was arrested on suspicion of arson, 2 counts of assault, resisting arrest, obstruction, and disorderly conduct. The Pasco Police Department has released photos of their primary suspect in a hit-and-run crash that hurt a bicyclist Friday night. According to Pasco PD, investigators say the man was with a younger passenger in a white 4-door Dodge Dakota pickup. Witnesses reported the driver of the pickup hit the man on the bicycle, then drove off going south on 20th Avenue. The two were last seen at Albertsons on North 20th Avenue in Pasco. An Oregon man has been identified after a fatal car crash in Benton County. The crash happened around 7:30 Friday morning. Authorities say 27-year-old Austin Babcock of Newberg, Oregon was driving westbound on I-182 about 1 mile west of Richland when he went off the road near the east exit ramp of I-82 and rolled down the embankment. Authorities say Babcock died at the scene. The cause of the crash is under investigation. A Yakima man was arrested late Friday night after a shooting at his home. 31-year-old Carson Casey was arrested on suspicion of first-degree manslaughter involving domestic violence. According to Yakima PD, officers were called to a home in the 1300 block of South 11th Avenue after reports of a shooting. When officers arrived, they found a 32-year-old woman with a gunshot wound. She died at the scene. After interviews at the scene, Casey was arrested. Authorities say one man is hurt after a shooting Friday night in Hermiston. Deputies with the Umatilla County Sheriff's Office were called to the area of West Hensel Road and Northwest Gear Road around 6:15 p.m. Friday after reports of multiple gunshots fired that were expected to come from a vehicle. When deputies got to the scene, they say they found one man who had been shot more than once. Governor Jay Inslee got a look inside at the Yakima Valley Local Crime Lab that launched in Zilla earlier this year and an update on its progress so far. Their goal to quickly process evidence to get timely investigative leads law enforcement can act on before it's too late. They don't have their rapid DNA machine quite yet, but hope to get it in place by the end of the year.
Good Monday morning, everyone. Starting to see the first light of morning, and we're looking at plenty of sunshine today. A pretty calm Monday is on the way, but it is downright chilly as we're moving along in the morning. 17 right now for Ellensburg, 19 for Yakima, and we're looking at mid to upper 20s for the rest of our cities. So please bundle up as you're heading out the door. So on our radar, we are free and clear. You're going to see stars and then nice sunshine as we move along in our morning and into our day. Light winds are expected as well, but do get ready for shower activity to start coming in late Wednesday, and then we're going to see on and off showers into our weekend. But warmer temperatures are on the way. That's the good news. So wind speeds right now, we are light, and we're going to remain light today, tomorrow, and into our Halloween. So this is for 7 o'clock on Halloween night, tomorrow night. We're going to be right around that 40-degree mark, so a little bit warmer than it has been and a little bit more cloud coverage, but we should be staying dry. Just make sure to bundle up all the trick-or-treaters. Let's take a look at our highs today. Upper 40s across the board as we're pretty much where we have been for our weekend. So plenty of sunshine, light winds, and cool temperatures in the 40s. 7-day forecast, and we're going to warm up by Friday, and we're going to stay mid to lower 50s into our weekend. Overnight lows for most of our cities will get above the freezing level Wednesday late night and continue to warm up. So clouds going to hold in some of that warmth. In the Tri-Cities area, same story, even to the 40s by the time we get to Thursday late night into Friday. Plenty of shower activity expected again starting Wednesday night, but staying dry for Kitty and the Jack-o'-lantern for your Halloween. Today, plenty of sunshine, highs in the upper 40s, light winds. Should be a beautiful but definitely chilly Monday ahead, especially this morning. Make sure you bundle up. Warmer temperatures, though, on the way. Back to you.
Thanks for waking up with us and watching Good Morning Northwest. GMA is next, and your local news is back tonight at 5 o'clock.